I assume by now you had your fair amount of sessions on the bathroom farming some loot for your base. Got some better defenses, collected some gems, attacked and defended. But this guy up there has always new suggestions of what to upgrade next. But don't worry, the town hall upgrade is within reach. Or maybe you thought, this tutorial guy has no damn clue and upgrade your town hall before everything was ready. Allow some Chinese people raiding your city and taking all your loot. But anyway, you probably also unlocked the units and wonder now, well, which one should I use? Unit composition is one of the major topics in Clash of Clans. It has an insanely high skill cap, so there is much to explore. First of all, you have to make out your goal. Do you just want to farm? Do you want to 100% the enemy base? That's especially interesting for clan wars later on. Or do you want at least a 1-star to push your trophies? There are many different goals, and with each goal, a different army composition is ideal. Well, the last two are more suited for later town hall levels, so you probably just want to farm now. But there are also differences just for that part, so while one army is good to get the storages behind the wall, another army is ideal to just loot full collectors on the outside, but that army therefore is way cheaper. So you maximize your profit, but then, therefore, you have to search for a base with full outside collectors. So you see where I'm going with this. There is no right. I'm gonna show you the pros and cons of the 4 different units you have currently, and some input on how to use them. And use this knowledge to form an army that fits your needs. So first we have the Barbarian. Those guys are the classic normies, the default. They have a medium speed, are a bit tankier than others and deal average damage. But since things like Mortar are rare and Wizard Towers are unknown to you yet, at least I hope so, those guys are pretty good and straightforward. Cannons and archers need multiple hits to kill them, and they survive more than one mortar shot as well. So even if they're grouped together very closely, you won't lose all of them after one blast. So those guys make a good cheap army on themselves, but can also be used to create a front line to protect, for example, archers from taking damage. And that is a hell of a smooth transition. Archers are ranged troops, duh. They have less hit points, but they can also attack air units, which is very handy to deal with clan troops later on. And since they are ranged, you can in some situations place them out of reach of defensive weapons. And you should protect them, since they only survive a little damage. Just like in every army. Very good backline to deal damage, but you have to have some guys in the front that soak up all the damage. So either go for barbarians or pick the really big guys. And again, a smooth transition. Giants are basically barbarians on steroid. They have a lot of hit points, but here comes the first change to other troops. They take up 5 troop spaces instead of 1. So now if you do the math, you will see that a giant deals less damage per second than 5 barbarians. So you might ask, why even bring them? And that's an excellent question, Tippy. Well, there are 2 reasons that get more important on later town hall levels. First, they focus defensive buildings. So they will walk past everything to reach the next tower or cannon and focus them. This can be a treat if there are a lot of defensive buildings grouped together in a small place that is surrounded by tank buildings, so to speak. While your barbarians had to go through those buildings first, while the towers and cannons rip them apart, the giants just go straight for the defenses. The second reason, as soon as splash damage gets more important with mortars, wizard towers and more, the giants has an advantage there, since blast damage makes multiple troops stacked on top of each other basically useless. And with spells, later on, giants can be made pretty much immortal to splash damage. So your current town hall level, I think the main problem is that there are too many buildings for the amount of troops you have, so bring in some giants. I suggest 4 giants and the rest archers can be pretty good, since they keep the defenses busy while your archers tear down everything else. Well, sadly no transition here, damn it. Goblins also have a main focus, loot buildings. They rush those things without a care in the world about anything else. So this makes them great for farming, but again, splash damage is their main enemy, so when you attack with goblins, get rid of the mortar first or try to spread them as good as you can. Later with the wizard tower and so on, the same rule apply here. If the wizard tower targets your goblins, they are gone pretty fast. So check bases for that. So they are cheap and only for farming, so don't try to take over a base with those guys. But when you see a full storage, pretty close to the wall, that's when the goblin eye starts shining. So you can combine some of those troops pretty handy. And here's an overview for you, like to give you an idea on what you could play. So see what works for you and farm your way up to Town Hall 3. And in the next video, we will take a look at the new buildings and the clan castle, which is probably gonna be in its own topic. Oh well. Anyway, stay tuned, see you in the next one.